The World in 2020 and 2030, a report by World Bank and IMF, forecasts the economic prowess of the 10 largest economies. Of interest in her report is where each happens to fall, and how income per capita will grow in a number of emerging markets. In future, Russia will no longer be in the top 10, and the US, as you've likely guessed, is no longer number 1. Get ready for a new economic order. In the world 14 years from now, the US will be far less dominant, several emerging markets will catapult into prominence, and some of the largest European economies will be slipping behind. The top 10 largest economies in year 2020 are: Indonesia. Size of economy, year 2020, $3.0 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $5,215. Even as Indonesia sees strong economic growth, income per capita will remain outside the top 100 nations. United Kingdom. Size of economy, year 2020, $3.4 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $49,412. The United Kingdom is expected to grow by more than 10 million people over the next half-century, helping double the size of the economy. Russia. Size of economy, year 2020, $3.5 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $16,174. Russia will see its population decline by more than 1% per annum. Nonetheless, it will continue to post high steady growth, World Bank estimates. France. Size of economy, year 2020, $3.9 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $40,643. Although the French economy will continue to grow over the next 4 decades, the percentage of the population at work will decline. France is the first of 3 Eurozone countries to break into the top 10. Germany. Size of economy, year 2020, $5.0 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $52,683. Germany's economy will remain the largest in Europe, outproducing the UK. Even though the two nations will have virtually the same population size. However, the number of people living in Germany is expected to tumble by 24% as the UK grows. Brazil. Size of economy, year 2020, $5.1 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $13,547. More than 200 million people will call Brazil home by 2030, and their standard of living will be significantly improved from 2010. Income per capita will nearly triple over those 40 years. Brazil will also be the largest economy in Latin America. Japan. Size of economy, year 2020, $6.4 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $63,244. Japan's population will decline markedly over the next 50 years, but its economy will still grow by $1.4 trillion. Together, income per capita will rise ever higher, ranking 4th in the world. India. Size of economy, year 2020, $9.6 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $5,060. India's economy will have skyrocketed by 2020, growing from $2.3 trillion to more than $9 trillion. The country will also add 400 million more people to its population over the next half-century. United States of America. Size of economy, year 2020, $23.3 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $55,134. Even though the US is no longer number 1, the size of its economy will have doubled while adding roughly 90 million people to its population. China. Size of economy, year 2020, $24.6 trillion. Income per capita, year 2020, $17,759. World Bank predicts that China will overtake the US. in size sometime over the next 50 years as its population surges to 1.43 billion. Even with the increase, its income per capita will remain outside the top 50 nations. But in year 2030 there is some changes. The top 3 countries China, USA and India remain same. Brazil will surpass Japan and become 4th largest economy. Indonesia become 5th largest economy. Japan becomes 6th, Germany becomes 7th and, the new country joined the top 10 largest economy in 2030 is Mexico with $6.6 trillion. France is in 9th place, and United Kingdom takes the last place in top 10 largest economy in 2030.